I heard he sang a good song. I heard he had a style. Hey, y'all, come on in if you know the connection between that song and today's soap. Put it in the comments.
We have a dessert-inspired soap today from Ariana and Evans.
It's a beautiful morning with the Barbershop Duet.
Hi, I'm Marcus Klinger with Klinger Vocal Studio.
And I'm Sarah Vincent with Sarah Vincent Virtual Pilates.
And this is Elaine Stritch from Broadway's Sail Away. And together, we're
the Barbershop Duet.
Hey, y'all, it's so good to see you. Thank you for spending this time with us. If you happen to be here during one of the live premieres, we'd love to meet you. Come in the live chat, say hi. We're waiting for you.
So in case you weren't aware, Ariana and Evans has a special shaving club that has its own membership with new limited soaps and different discounts and things you can get.
It's $9.95 to join y'all, and I think it's right now a lifetime membership. And this soap and a few others like it are only available in the club, and also some fatty discounts.
Right, and if you see some of the labels go by, this little logo is on there, and that's how you know it's from the Shaving Club, and that's this.
And let's show them that logo when we meet the soap. All right, y'all, so from the sales page at shavingshopclub.com.
American Pie was originally created as a giveaway prize for members during raffles. So many have been given away between the VIPs and members of Lather and Blade over the last month or so. I never meant this to be a released product, but it turns out many loved it and requested a matching splash.
Others had the opportunity to sample American Pie through friends sending out samples, and it became a snowball effect. Thank you all for your support. Y'all,
Fun.
I'm excited. And you know what I love best is that when I see a soap that you could only get if you won something, my heart breaks.
I know,
because it's
you
like,
wanna try.
oh, I can't ever smell that soap, right? So what I love is that Peter recognized that those of us in the community that were like, giving the Shrek eyes, that we definitely want to get our own one of these too, and he made it possible. So, y'all, we are so excited during our unofficial Labor Day weekend to be doing a few coveted snack
Yummy
foods
ones.
that we might welcome you here to the world of apple pie a la mode. Let's let this out of the box.
We already busted the box open, but we saved each little compartment with yummy things here. So this has been waiting. Okay, here you go. You get to hold this one. And I'm gonna open this one.
The way you know that this comes from the Shaving Shop Club is there's a little logo on the tooth.
Right.
So if you look, you'll
You
see
can see that
right
little
there. Right?
shield.
That's how you know you can only get it in shavingshopclub.com.
And this one's got it too.
And there's the matching splash. Oh, I'm excited because between my grandmother's apple pie and the home pies we used to grab at the store for 8 cents a metric ton. Oh, and nothing as an American as this. And I'm excited for first impression.
So with this little American Pie fun for Labor Day, we had to bust it out now.
Rolling Stones kind of.
It kind of does, actually.
All right, you get to take it in first, I think.
Oh my gosh.
I'm gonna ask
Okay.
you some questions.
Her nose popped up. Maybe it smells good already.
This is one of those rare soaps where I did just take a look at the scent notes, y'all, and there are mysteries and wonders in this. I'm so excited because it's not just apple pie, cinnamon, and crust.
Okay.
There are a few other things in here that I'm like, yes.
I'm actually curious because cherry cola had a lot going on in there. It wasn't just like plain cherry cola. There's more.
There's some cedar in that. There was some mysteries and wonders.
So there's got to be some other secrets happening in here.
right, let's
You know,
see
like
what
the
happens.
famous family recipe that's like
Right.
been given down. There's just secrets. I feel like this is gonna have some of
I
those.
feel like this is going to be molten hot, like the middle of the McDonald's.
Oh, right, yeah.
Let's see
Maybe
what
a
you
little
say
too
about it.
hot. Be careful here. Okay. Oh, wow. There's a lot more like spice happening. I mean, I
Oh!
definitely get the sweet, bright, tart. It's apple.
Right.
But there's a crisp side to the apple. There's a nice sweet happening, but I'm really getting hit with the spices going on. Like, there is some definite things happening here.
I'm so excited about that. Because I'm a little afraid that, like, in some of the pens that I had growing up that said apple pie, it was just apple scent. There was nothing else done to it, right? You're just like,
Yeah.
oh, it's just apple. What do we got going on here?
Okay, so I'm actually glad we're opening this now as like a precursor to fall.
Yeah.
Because we're going to want to be able to use this for fall. Like that apple in here is a nice, bright, just sweet enough, but crispy.
Right.
Like there are multiple apples in this. It's not just one. Like I feel like I'm getting a green and a red. There's more in here. Something's...
I read the scent notes. She didn't. She's right. The
Hey!
scent notes list red and green apple.
Because it's got the brightness, but it's also got a little bit of the sweetness. But I can tell, like, there's multiple textures going on
She's
in
the smart
here.
one. And then zoom out. What are we getting beyond the apple?
Sorry, I was a long list. There's spices. It's not just cinnamon.
Right.
Like there's definitely like a nutmeggy. Like there's multiple spices happening here, and it almost like, because I've had more applesauce more recently.
Right.
Like I get that texture and the seasonings that are in here, but then there is definitely a crispy like crust or something, but it's not like the doughy side. It's the crispy flaky side.
I don't think that's a word you've ever heard on this show before, crispy, when we're not talking about a badger brush with a gel tip, y'all. Are you kidding me? There's a crispy set note on this?
Okay, and I don't remember which one it was from Barrett, but we did get something that was like an apple kind of perfumey cologne thing happening.
I think
yes, and there's almost a little secret of that happening here. So it is gourmandy, but then there's another side at the end that I'm like, okay, but it is getting a little bougie. Like there's something else. I can see why they were requesting a splash after smelling this, because you'd be sad if this wore off. You got to get your nose on this bad boy. Let me see what Marcus says here. I could just be making things up.
I'm excited.
Okay, go diving in. It's actually funny. I have multiple apples on our counter right now to make applesauce, so obviously I gotta do it. See, that was a long whiff. It's needed. Mm-hmm.
Wow. Well, because first of all, it's a beautifully cooked apple. It's caramelized.
Yep.
And you get a little even sense of a cooked apple peel.
The texture.
Beautiful. And I got the very first part of the whiff down, and I got the very last pat on the butt down on the way out. Because y'all, look at my face. On the way out, when it's patting you on the butt, there's a tiny hint of a fine, like cologne-y.
Oh, I see. That's right. Okay.
In here for me. 100%. Now, let me start to explore what's in the middle.
It's quite a journey, y'all. But do you see what I mean? Like, get ready for fall.
Whoa.
This is the scent.
There's like a honey crisp in here. And then just about the time that it turns molten and spicy, it kind of takes a left-hand turn and gives you that sense of like crispy, that bread dough, like crispy pie crust. And then
there are layers, y'all. Layers.
Hold on. There's something under the apple. There was another scent in the scent notes. I think it was like fig.
Okay.
And that's what I'm sensing going along with the apple.
I was thinking of spice, but that's totally what it is.
An apple in scent notes, y'all, can get really tall really fast for me. Like a little bit will do you just, hold on. You really want the heart of the apple. You want all of that you can get. But there's a lot of stuff that swirls around the outside of a traditional apple that gets really syrupy and sweet really quick and starts to get a little pokey for me. This, whatever this is, that fig has like arrested that. So it's right before it takes off and gets too syrupy sweet with the apple and too tall. That fig regrounds it in something fruity, but spicy and creamy.
Savory, a good
and
word?
And just takes out a whip and tames it. And yes, I have a sweet apple and a savory one in here at the same time. And I think that's how you're getting the crispy.
Right. And I couldn't decide which one. I'm like, that means they have to both be here.
And something in this that's giving me a buttery sense.
Okay. Just, is that the crispy kind of flaky?
I don't know. No, I think it's a little separate. I think the crispiness is like a little bit of like a caramelized wheat kind of bready sense. The other is this like buttery, creamy sense of something in the dough.
Smell for a melted vanilla ice cream on top.
Is this all a must?
I don't know. I kind of feel like at the end that we were like cologne. I don't know. Something in that line of like, whoo.
If there's not vanilla in this, I'll eat my hat. This is for sure pie a la mode.
Right.
It's apple pie a la mode.
Oh, yeah. I mean, us Americans like to load on the calories. I'm pretty sure American pie means you put all the things in
Appetizers
here.
are what you eat before you eat. And we're going to build a lather, y'all. This is just too good. Hold on. Let me see what's going on in here. Oh, there's some bite back to it. I love it. Y'all, this is our 22-gauge stainless steel no-nonsense bowl from Pete Hendricks at HC&C. And this is my retro shaving brush in the Badger knot. It was a gift from Peter and Talia.
Brew up some apple pie over here.
Yes, I'm just using the water that was on the brush from soaking it.
And I'm actually glad we haven't read the scent notes yet, because I'm really curious if this is going to bring a different side that we're not getting off the puff.
Right.
It's funny. I feel like apple pie is one of those ones that you have like the famous grandma recipe that's been brought down. Like apple pie can be very different depending on each household. So I feel like this has a fun, like the love of those years is somehow coming through here. Like that different character is in it. Like what you're smelling for, like you said, the fig. There's something else, like a little secret in there.
A few moments later.
Y'all, look at this whipped cream ready for the
Right?
top
Put
of
that
a
on
big
top.
old slice of pie. All right, so you're only going to find this here in the Barbershop Duet. This is the Dutch or no Dutch whip. Is there brown sugar and stuff on top of this or not?
Good.
On 3, 1, 2. I know my answer already.
Oh, it warms up here.
American apple pie or Dutch apple pie? Which one do you get? Do you get a little crummies and brown sugar on top?
I feel like I get it more here, actually, than I got it there.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
Okay, all right.
So your crumblies, your Dutch apple pie is there. And then once you add a little air and water, USA!
But
USA!
then what about... All right, let's see how right we are, y'all. Let's look at the recipe here.
All right, y'all. So from the sales page at shavingshopclub.com, we have set notes of...
So you were right. Apple,
You
red,
were right.
and
I just
green.
remembered it, but you said I think there's more than one apple in here.
There just had to be, like, with the complexity of the apple. I'm like, no, there's got to be 2. So there are red and green.
And
we don't know which
here
one's
comes a little Dutchness. We have some good news for all of you in the
Brown
Netherlands. There is
sugar.
brown sugar on this. And then as I remembered, I didn't think
Fig.
this up. I just remembered reading this, but there's fig.
But that adds that mid, like, deep sweetness to it. Does that make sense?
It's what tames the apples. It's what gives them that, oh my God, I want that in my mouth
Right.
sense.
And
to
you
these
can
apples.
almost see, like, the inside of the pie, it's a darker color.
Right.
It's not a lighter applesauce. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, you
It
can
might have a
tell
little
that
purpley
fig
to it.
added something to it. And then,
100%.
actually, now that I'm saying darker, look at that next one. Oud, y'all.
Okay,
There's
my
oud.
eye just like glazed over that. I don't remember reading that.
So that is what I was saying. There's secret weapons in here. That's the family
No,
secret.
There's oud in this.
Yeah.
There's an immune response to ants to an agarwood
then-
tree in this, and it smells amazing like American pie.
Look
What
at
else
the
you got
next
here?
one, your other fave.
Y'all, my dad was a funeral director in the 80s, and carnation is everything to me. And it's here. It's
here.
rarely used.
So those
in
are the
shaving
family's
soap.
secret recipes that are happening from Ariana Evans
And
here.
then this is just where it gets even more and more American pie. We're
Yep.
getting molasses. Molasses,
but
that's
that's
the
how it's-
sweet.
yeah.
That's how it's grounded.
a
That's
dark
all.
sweet though. You know,
No.
it's different than like something brighter. It's
Right.
that brown
'Cause
sugar,
you've got- right.
deeper, dark
So glad you're here.
molasses is there.
You got the brown sugar on top, but inside everything, you've got the molasses grounding it in a much
Yep.
darker sweetness.
and then just straight up pie crust. That's all. Pie crust.
that's your crispy.
Yeah.
It's literally in here.
It's because it's different than just dough. Like
Right.
pie, you know, it's a
Yes.
different smell.
Well, dough itself can kind of smell, like kind of moist and doughy. And that,
Right,
no,
right,
a
but the crispy, the pie crust is
that's
different.
That needs
you know,
heat.
like when you hit the edge of the pie tin, it like crumbles.
Right.
Is that?
You don't put toast in a toaster.
And
You
then,
put bread in a toaster.
like we said, there'd be some wood, sandalwood.
Got wood. It takes the genius of a perfumer like Peter Chikalis to go, I got pie, I got a little ice cream on the side, I need
there's
sandalwood.
more.
I think that's what's even giving me the ice cream sense is the creaminess of the
Right?
sandalwood. That's kind of standing in for the vanilla ice cream that I swear is there.
Right? And that's adding the carnation and the
genius.
oud is almost why we're like, there's a perfumey cologne
genius.
like kind of tier happening
Right.
here.
Yeah, so this
That's
is
true.
not like a gourmand that's going to smell exactly like American pie. This is like a brilliant artist drew you an oil painting of a slice of American pie
Yep.
on a beautiful country diner table with a gingham tablecloth and grandma in the background.
Yup.
All of that is it. This is not just
No.
a gourmand.
And I can totally see why he had to open this up to the masses.
Because this was a giveaway.
Yeah,
Oh,
right?
You trying to incite a riot here?
Yeah. There'd be signs.
Torches.
Picketing. It'd be a hot mess.
Y'all.
Americans don't take it lightly. Let's be real. Don't keep their pie away.
I love it that there are just some things in this community we do not stand for. And bogarting this
Yeah,
is
that would've been
unacceptable.
bad. I'm
It's
glad
unacceptable.
Peter got
It's
that
un-American.
message.
It's un-American.
It's un-American. I do have to see why friends that would have gotten American pie sent this to other friends because it's too good not to share. Like you'd want to share the slices of the pie.
I am making a short list of people I have to call immediately after we film
Go
this
get this.
episode, and because of that, we're gonna have to go down a little deep.
Gotta pull my sleeves up to get ready for a little splash
I
action
feel like I need
here.
to put a bib on.
Okay, I did the splash. I did the soap first, so you get to do the splash first.
I'm not gonna argue with that.
I think his face might just show all the excitement we need here, y'all.
So, so. Oh, that's interesting. So, y'all, sometimes I do sense that in a scent and an aftershave or a cologne, that you almost need to dry it down just a little because it's going to have a little bit of a different personality when it's wet. Here we go. All right.
Oh, there's things. Hold on. Oh, it's now fall in the house. Do you smell the fall?
Y'all, I'm having an emotional response to
I
this.
saw your face.
Well, only because we used to set our house with apple cinnamon things in the fall before we had our show.
We did. That was the closest we could get to like our scent therapy.
And it's my favorite time of year. And to be able to come out into the front room every morning and smell my apple cinnamon and my cinnamon broom on the door just meant wonderful things were going to happen. And I haven't had that because we have the show. We film in our living room, so I can't exactly fill it with other scent oils and things. But this reminds me of our house in autumn and winter.
And we just had the talk of like, okay, after Sarah's birthday comes fall. Like that's how we regulate. End of August, done.
September 1st, I can get out my fall scents, and it's going to happen. Y'all are going to shave 4 times that day.
Started it because I think it airs early September.
This is
just
almost
for y'all.
cheating because we got our first autumn scent without realizing it. This is beautifully autumnal.
Smell the spice here. Like there is that oud, carnation,
Oh, I keep
molasses.
neglecting the oud. And what the oud is doing with the wood is magical. That's just the way the cedar is popping out with something a little bit spicier than cedar. Something a little bit more like redwood. Or
This is a grown-up scent. Like if you could make apple pie into like a boozy thing.
That's why she's here, y'all.
Don't you think?
That's this. Yes.
Splash?
I have 2 little nieces. I wouldn't put this on them.
No, they can have this.
This is too grown up for this. Y'all.
Yeah, this I feel like we're just about to put a fall movie on, or it's an evening to go out. Like we are going to Apple Hill to go pick some apples or brew some cider.
You know, the only funny pie story in my family is actually a rather notorious one. Both sets of grandparents lived in Stockton.
Right.
So they would come over to each other's houses on the major holidays. And there was always a little competition as to who the better cook was. After all, one of them had a bachelor's from UC Davis. And so the other one was always kind of trying to egg her on a little bit. So my dad's mom, Nana, she made these 3 beautiful pies for Thanksgiving one year. And my other grandma, Myrita.
Very different.
She was an interesting lady.
You can fill in the blanks.
She went over to the canisters and she took the lid off the canister and she dug it into the sugar and she gave a nice thick coating of sugar to the top of my other grandmother's beautiful holiday pies. Well, when we went to eat them, we realized that she hadn't dug into the sugar. She dug into the salt. And she had coated them all with a very thick coating of sodium chloride. And of course, they didn't exactly taste as good after that. And that is the only time I ever saw that grandmother that pissed because she got her own. So head over to aegrooming.com or shavingshopclub.com to find this and a bunch of other stuff I want. Well, I've had my shave, y'all, with American Pie. Y'all, absolutely as delightful and nostalgic as those trips to McDonald's in the 70s and 80s, but with a grown-up distinction that harkens back to something that's made around your grandma's oven with the right ingredients and those perfect apples from her tree hanging in the yard. And it absolutely takes you there. And when you get to put on the splash when that's over, it's just like this icing on the cake of like, yo, you get to carry this with you now for another 15, 20 minutes in this intensity, and then it's going to be kind of a friend to you as it wears off the rest of the day. Y'all, thank you for knowing that while we do need some brute homages, we do need to chase the dragon from time to time. Sometimes we just want good old American apple pie. Welcome to Messages.
So for our September giveaway, we had a meeting and we decided we wanted to give you a chance to check out some more things at Zingari Man with a $20 gift card just for you!
Yeah, all you have to do to be eligible for this giveaway is send an email here to WeSentYou@theBarbershopDuet.com. It is the only way we communicate about our giveaways. And check back here on October 2nd when we have Alexa help us choose our lucky winner on the show.
Best of luck! I'm so glad we decided to open this as a little Labor Day kind of fun thing with the flag on it, but no, this is a fall prep right
I get
here.
my fall scents 2 weeks early, y'all, and I could not be happier about it.
And it's fun because the splash is really a different side of this scent. Like, it's got a fun, masculine, like little deeper kind of notes happening here.
This has a more natural apple than I think I've ever
Yes,
experienced.
I would
Jason.
agree.
And I think it's because it's 2 different oils that he's brought together. It's a red and a
It's
green
working.
to help build something way real and way true.
There is definitely a complexity and depth to this scent,
Right.
which of course we know it's gonna happen with people, but you don't realize you have something in your mind until you smell it and you're like, yep, get it now.
This is not your McDonald's apple pie.
No.
And this is not your Marie Callender's apple pie.
No.
Y'all, this is your old Italian grandma's apple pie.
It's
in a
right
great way.
here. Don't forget your next point with the Barbershop Duet.
You'll smell better just watching this.